Hello Algebra 1 students, this is lesson 22. Our objective is how do you read statistical graphs? Statistical graphs are just graphs of ordered pairs or of information gained statistically. So they've done surveys of some kind. Okay, this first one we're going to be studying is the bar graph. So these are movies seen last month. So they must have done a poll, they must have studied several different movie theaters or movie rental places. And as you look at this, I've written in red kind of just general characteristics of bar graphs. On the left-hand side is evenly spaced frequency. What I mean by evenly spaced is that they go by 20 each time. You wouldn't want to go by 10 and then by 20 and then by 30 and then by 40 and then by 50. You want to make sure that they're evenly spaced. So between each of these lines is evenly spaced. And down here along the bottom is the different categories, or the ways that you're grouping them together. You need to have some spaces between the bar graphs for each category. And of course you need to have a title. So now let's just answer some questions here. How many people were surveyed? Well, we notice that there was 22 that liked dramas, and there was 36 that liked comedies. I'm going to do this vertically. 75 that liked thrillers, and 18 that liked cartoons. Those numbers are representing how many are in that stack. So we add those up. This and this is 10. These two are 11. So it's 21. 4. 15. So 151 people were surveyed just by adding those numbers up. And then what kind of movie was the most popular? We just want to look over here and see which one of these is the tallest. Notice Thrillers was the most popular because there's 75 people that looked at Thrillers. So this one's taller, therefore it was the most popular. So then I would say Thriller. Okay, now this is another bar graph, but this is actually a double bar graph. So it shows two different pieces of information for Sal's Deli and for Harry's Deli. There, and notice they're in two different colors. So this is for 2001, 2002, 3, etc. So again, our frequencies over here, we have a title, and we have categories down here, this time by year. And then of course, what we need to add is a key right here, so we know which color represents what. So let's see if we can answer some questions. In what year did Sal and Harry have the same number of shops? So we're looking here. Sal had 2 shops and Harry had 8. So we're looking for where these two are the same height. And we look, and right here they're both the same height. But it's not asking how many they had, it's asking what year. So the answer would be 2004. The next question says, what do you think, or who do you think is doing better? Well, initially, you want to say Harry's doing better, because look, he has 8, he has 2. And look, they say this, Harry stays above right here all the way through. Harry seems to be climbing. And Sal seems to be even growing even faster. However, notice Sal starts dropping at this point. So Harry's is growing and growing and growing. In fact, it's growing 2 shops every year. Right? So who do I think is doing better? Well, Harry started off with more and he is continuing to grow. So I'm going to say Harry. Or even better, Harry's Deli. Okay? And then this one said, the last one says, how many shops did each have in 2003? So I'm going to look here, 2003. Sal had between 8 and 10, right? This line represents 8, and this line up here represents 10. So that means I'm going to say Sal had, well, between 8 and 10 would be 9. And then Harry, at that same time, looks like he had up there to 12. So Harry had 12. Okay, now this is the same data. Notice it has a sandwich shop, still same title. Number of sandwiches, these are the years. Notice there in 2004 is when they both had the same amount. And this is Harry's, which seems to be going up steadily. And Sal's did a big climb and then went down. So these points represent like the height and the year of those bar graphs. So it's the same data just displayed in a line graph instead of a bar graph. And notice I just add in these lines between the data points to show how it's trending. So over here, since they're going up, his is increasing, and over here is they're decreasing. Here, his are increasing, so you kind of see that. This is just so the data displayed in a line graph. Compare the data using a double bar graph is my instructions. So the table shows Andre's bank account transactions. So the month in January, February, March, April, blah, blah. I'll put these down here. I'll put amounts. I picked between 0 and 600 because I don't see any number in here bigger than 600. Looks like 500 is my biggest number. So it's going to be the biggest there. So just between 0 and 600. And notice I've also made a key here. The red is going to be the deposits, so this one. And the blue is going to be the withdrawals, this one. So let's go with red. Now for the deposits there, in January is 475. So it's not going to be quite up to the 5, but it's going to be close to it. So it's like 3/4 of the way here. So again, mine's not perfect. You could probably do better, but we'll go with that. And then the withdrawals is just 100. So it's going to be like that for February. There I've put in all of the deposits. Pause it, make sure you understand how to do that. And there I've put in all of the withdrawals. Again, pause it, make sure you understand how to do all of that. The last kind of graph we're talking about there is circle graphs. Circle graphs show part of a whole. So like budgets are really great. You can see what kind of money you spent in which area. Or this one is an example of a total yearly sales. This company did 20 million in sales. So just find the sales for each quarter. And they give us nice percents for each one of these quarters. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. So you can see where most of the percentage came in was in the fourth and second quarter. So to find the sales for each quarter, I'm going to multiply 12% as a decimal. Should be 0.12 multiplied by the total amount. We're trying to find 12% of the total amount, which is 20 million, which is 2.4 million. Do similar things for the second, third, and fourth quarter, and you are set and ready to go. Notice here these are parts of a whole, and if you add up all those percentages in there, put all the percentages in here, they would add up to 100. Of course, you have a title, and percentages or numbers of a total number, something like that, for these. This is again called a circle graph. And those are the basic types of statistical data sets that we're going to be studying today. Good luck on your homework.